ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय। Salutations to Sri Aurobindo. Hari Om. So, what is the mind visa? Nirvashaya manaha means what? Objectivity is to be removed. What is the meaning of it? Visa. Why, first of all, various thoughts are settled in our mind? That also we saw. Because of likes and dislikes, value that we give. So what is Vairagya? Vairagya is not giving value to anything. Transactional value is there. Give value to anything, that moment, in that context, in that place, in that time, it has value. But every object we give value more than it deserves and drag that memory always, create a strong impression, a tendency to repeat. All those things are problem for us. Okay. Now, where are these thoughts coming from? We saw aham vritti. I thought is a substratum of every thought. Right? So all the thoughts kahan se utpann hua ya hue? I thought. So every samsara, whole thing is brought to I. Whole Jagat, universe, cosmos, everything is existing in I thought. Is it not? So now the question is, so we have simplified the problem. I thought is the source. Now what is this I thought? We to inquire this. Who am I? Ramana Maharshi's path. So he says, Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvataha. Aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvataha. Aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Beautiful thing. No sick. This is the path of Ramana Maharshi. As I said, I requested you all to listen to Ramana Gita talks. They are much more deeper. This thought, these are very, very deeply dealt in Ramana Gita. Okay, now, I am aham, kuto bhavati, this I, where from it has come, what is the origin of it, where from this I has, first of all, is born from what? Again, I'll give example of electricity and the bulb. Now see, let us take old bulb. Lucky you are blessed. Why? You know what is the old bulb, tungsten bulb. Nowadays milta bhi nahi wo. Right? So that bulb is very good for example. See what happens. There are suppose 0 watt bulb 0 candle, 10 candle, 20 candle, 30 candle, 100 and up to 1000 candle also used to come that. You know that 1000 candle bulb also used, very heat also used to, 1000 candle bulb. So all bulbs are fixed in a big hall. All bulbs are there. And all are connected to, say, only one switch. Just for example, the one switch, you go switch on. What will happen to all bulbs? All bulbs glow. So the source of all bulbs is only one. The one is Paramatma. Now, electricity is common behind every bulb. Behind every bulb, what is the cause? Electricity. Now see, electricity, as it touches the tungsten in the bulb, what is tungsten? That material which has got that special capacity to convert the electrical energy into light energy, for which Thomas Alva Edison was given a prize, Nobel Prize, I think. Great discovery. Before that, he experimented with so many metals, elements, nothing worked. Ultimately, he found out this. He understood somewhere it should. Great people, they discovered. Very good. Now what happens? Let us see. As the electricity touches the tungsten in the bulb glows. The glowing of the light in the bulb is conditioned by the capacity of the bulb. Is it not? 1000 candle, 100 candle, 20 candle, 30 candle. So the light that it emanates is conditioned by the very capacity of the bulb. Now, for some reason, so when electricity is touching the tungsten up, you cannot actually notice where electricity ends and where exactly light begins. There cannot be discontinuity. There cannot be any disconnection between these two. Yet it is difficult to point out where exactly the touch of electricity and it glows. Now, for whatever certain reason, there is sense of I-ness is born at the tungsten level. Some I is born. That I is not electricity. The false I, which is born at the tungsten level, and everybody started saying, I am 1000 candle, I am 100 candle, I am 20 candle, I am this, I am that. This so many eyes are born. How many eyes are born? So many eyes are born. I am 1000 candle, I am 100 candle, 0 candle, whatever it is. Now, if you understand, that is called birth of ego. Mysterious it is. When the I is born, that I doesn't keep quiet. I am 1000 candle. Okay. You can be happy, no? No. Then I look at other bulbs. Then some bulbs are superior, some bulbs are inferior. Then the comparison, then the jealousy, then the hatred, then the competition. Then why can't I be like that? Between the bulbs started a clash. Now, okay. Now, each bulb, irrespective of its glowing capacity, if each tungsten level, each eye, which is born at every bulb level, started inquiring, who am I? So what will be the result of all these many bulbs inquiring as who am I? Everyone will say, I am electricity. Why the glow? Glow is conditioned by the upadhi. Upadhi. So more pure you are in antakarana, more glowing you become. Impure is the antakarana, the glow and expression is less. But everything is supported by the same non-dual electricity. Okay? Thus, one Paramatma reflecting in many upadhis or bulbs. Bulb mein you can take the glass case is a physical body, the tungsten is subtle body. I thought. Imagine, I thought. So the moment the antakarana mein this Chaitanya Pratibimba takes place, it started glowing, and at every glow there is mysterious, fictitious entity called I is born. So if you inquire who am I, this I is actually false I. Why? It has not got its own independent satta or existence. These eyes are born, no? Is it independent? No. Depending on what? Electricity. So, now the inquiry is, who is this I in me? So, what is this I called in Vedanta, in Shastras? In reality, I is Chit Jada Granthi, a knot between consciousness and matter. How come consciousness and matter be knotted together? It is a knot like a thing, K-N-O-T. So it is called Chit Jada Granthi. Somewhere it is called mutual superimposition. अन्योन्य अध्यास. And this अन्योन्य अध्यास को लेकर के शास्त्रों में इतना है गंभीर चर्चा विचार. It takes so many months and years to understand. Anyonya Adhyasa, mutual superimposition. What is mutual superimposition? Example is Ayah Pindavat, like an iron ball. Iron ball has a shape, round shape, but it has no glow. It is cold. No heat, no light in that iron ball. That iron ball is put in fire. Fire has no specific shape. It just burns. But because of the proximity of the iron ball in the fire, it becomes red hot iron ball. So the property of the fire, such as glowing, light and heat, is acquired by the iron ball. So the iron ball started, cold iron ball started throwing light and heat. That is not the property of the iron ball. Borrowed property from the fire. And fire has no shape. No shape means it has irregular shape, whatever shape. Specific shape is not there. But because of the contact with the iron ball, the fire also became round in shape. So fire became round in shape, which is actually has no particular shape. A designed, a specific cutout shape is not there. Iron is cold and round shape. I mean cold and there is no heat, but it acquired the properties of the fire, such as heat and the light. It is called mutual superimposition. Fire ka lakshana it has given to iron ball. Iron ball shape is given to the fire. Together is called red hot fire ball. Similarly, because of this mutual superimposition between chit and consciousness and jada ahamvritti started glowing, acquired the properties of the chit, and this vritti, limited aspect of the vritti, parichinnata, is superimposed on consciousness, and that consciousness says, I am limited. I am parichinnoham. So because of this, The false I which is born at tungsten level, you have to inquire what is the real nature of this I जो कह रहा हूँ ना, it is like the I individuality of a robot. Is it real or unreal? Unreal. But as it robot answers your questions, talks to you, slaps you also, and many times the robot killed also. You have read papers or not? Robot thought you are doing mischief with him, robot killed him. कोई कहता है साफ करने गया, hey, don't touch me करके robot killed him. Not that he acts as individuality, no. See, therefore this I, when you inquire who am I, where is this thought came from, the source of it. Ayam kutaha bhavati, aham kuto bhavati. This, where from this I thought is emerged, I'll ask now. Is it real? Then inquiry करने पर पतति अहम निज विचारणम. When you inquire nija vicharanam, who am I, if you inquire, this false I falls off. Why? Because the I cannot stand to scrutiny. I cannot stand to inquiry. What do you mean by that? Ramana Maharshi gives a beautiful example. In a marriage is happening. A lot of people came, boys side, mother, girl side, and there was a person who was taking care of the girl side, taking care of everything, whatever they want, supplying food, requirements, and serving them. The girl side was very happy with that person. The same person equally started serving the boys' side also, taking care of their requirements. So girl side thought the boy is from the boys' side. Boys' side thought the boy is from the girl side. They both complimented, thanked each other mentally. What a beautiful person is. Such a person, even though we are from girls' party side, bride side, the bridegrooms have sent a beautiful person to take care of us. Similar other side also, they are taking care of us very well. ऐसा bridegroom वाले सोच रहे हैं. Now after the wedding is over, आराम से बैठ के बात कर रहे थे, बातचीत. Then somebody raised, that boy, that person of yours was very great in serving. Who? That white कुर्ता पायजामा पहन के घूम रहा था वही. हम सोच रहे थे वो आदमी आपका है. नहीं तो वो हमारा नहीं हो सकता है. He may be your party. When the inquiry started, by then he collected what all he wanted to collect from both the sides and he left. Ramana Maharshi tells this. So this I doesn't belong to anybody. The moment you inquire, this I disappears. I cannot stand to scrutiny. Inquiry. So, who am I is an inquiry. If you really inquire, what is I? Karta bhav, bhokta bhav. Kartrutva bhava plus bhoktrutva bhava is ahankara, is a false I which has not got any independent existence. So this हमारा जो I बोल रहे हैं ना, we all have, actually we don't exist. This I, अहंकार के रूप में, our existence actually is not there. So, when you inquire, but what is happening? This false I which is not there, we make that as a prestige issue. On that false I built entire edifice of thought, edifice. Concepts, ideas, notions. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am rich, I am poor, I am father, I am son, I am this, I am that. Whatever I के बारे में आप जोड़ते जा रहे हैं ना, वो सब false है. Oh, I am a teacher, I am a principal, I am a Swami. Anybody, any I के बाद में, whatever you are saying, it's all false. Why? This I itself is false. It has not got independent existence. Therefore, a great Mahatma has said, Aham Brahmasmi mantra is one. That great Mahatma gave us mantra, Nahamasmi. This I, what I am using this I don't first of all exist. This I doesn't exist. But whenever this I is inquired upon, I doesn't want to die. This ego doesn't want to get destroyed. So it has such an intelligent ego, it somehow plans to survive. So it suggests you everything except self-inquiry. It says, Ramayana padho, Bhagavad padho, वो पढ़ो, कीर्ति कमाओ, पैसा कमाओ, वेरी गुड, नॉलेज प्राप्त करो, ग्रामेरियन बनो, वक्ता बनो, वो बनो, ये बनो. This I tells us to do everything. The moment I wanted to inquire, it doesn't allow me to inquire. It has its own games to play, it gimmicks to play. And we have been victimized by the ego games since millions of lives. ऐसा मत देखना, सच है. How? Ego imitates the voice of divinity. It imitates the voice of divinity. मैं परमात्मा बोल रहा हूं, तो शुद्ध स्वरूप है, तो है आत्मा, काल से अतीत. तो सुबह उठने का क्या प्रॉब्लम है, जरूरत है? कोई जरूरत नहीं है. तू तो काल से परे है, काल के भी साक्षी हो. गया. And ego doesn't want you to inquire. Ego says, तुझ तो शरीर नहीं है, तो मिठाई खाओ, जो खाना है खाओ. खाने वाला कौन है? अब देखिए, ये ऐसे वेदांत हमको जब भिक्षा में जाते हैं ना, वो लोग सुनाते हैं हमको उल्टा. समझिए, आप तो शरीर से परे रहे, खा लीजिए लड्डू, कुछ नहीं होता है. अम्मा मैं मर जाऊंगा, कोई बात नहीं, आप तो शाश्वत है, शाश्वत मरो, कोई बात नहीं, लड्डू का क्या मरना. अरे बाप रे. So whatever you suggest, the ego, don't touch me not plant, touch me not plant, no. Don't come to me, but do whatever you want. And we are happy. We are our vidya ahankara, anubhava ahankara, vritti means job, vritti ahankara. And ego, how it survives? It survives like this. I experienced this. Somebody told, about me only, somewhere lecture दे रहा था कहीं सेंटर में कहीं. अरे वो तो स्वामी जी, वो तो उन पर, अच्छा वो ठीक है, उनके पास ये ज्ञान है, हमारे पास कंस्ट्रक्शन का ज्ञान है, उसके पास सिविल कंस्ट्रक्शन का ज्ञान है क्या? नहीं है. सो यू बिकम प्राइड ऑफ योर ओन थिंग एंड यू सर्वाइव बाय जस्टिफाइंग योर स्टेटस, your work. You don't want to give up that. So that's how the ego survives. This ego itself is false. So inquiry. When you inquire, there is some kind of, think what happens in inquiry, I tell you. See, it is like self-immolation. It is called suicide. Not the physical body committing suicide. Who am I? If you do, there is a tap, heat is generated. The vritti itself dissolves in the very self-enquiry itself. What is the example given? Nearest example for us to understand is, how can a thought destroy? Who am I? Is an inquiry. It's another thought. But it is not niralamba vichara, atma vichara. More you Ramana Gita, you listen and understand. There, who am I? I am not producing another thought to inquire who am I. But it is niralambana atma vichara, not taking any support of any other thought and inquiring about who am I, is a silent inquiry focusing on who am I. I am there. I know I am. Who am I? There is some kind of, like you look at my finger. The entire structure is thought, then somehow it bends inside and knows its own source. Like a dog trying to taste its own tail. Otherwise, ego का मुख बाहर है. Parang pashyati. Now with the same mukha I wanted to turn inside and find out the source, who am I? In that very bending inside and trying to know myself, not by another thought. It's a niralambana atma vichara. There is some kind of, it becomes so thinner and thinner and it is sucked by the very source of it. And it disappears. So the nearest example is like night when you sleep. So suppose you sleep at 10 o'clock. So 9:30 onwards, the thought begins. Ab sona hai. Sone ka samay aa gaya hai. No, I should sleep. So 9:30 to 10, all your activities are withdrawing activities. अरे दरवाज़ा बंद कर दो, गैस बंद कर दो, खिड़की बंद कर देना, अरे एक गिलास पानी यहाँ पे रख देना, टेबल पे रात को सोना, अलार्म भी बाजू रख दो, हमें बचा दिया बेडशीट, एसी अरे ज़्यादा है, थोड़ा टेम्परेचर थोड़ा ऐसा आराम से, पंखा धीरे धीरे, अब आवाज़ मत करना. All these are preparation for sleep. All these activities are initiated by you with the thought to अब मुझे सोना है. अब लेट गए, लेट नींद आती है नहीं आती है, अब बता सोना है, सोना है. I have to sleep. I have to sleep. No, you will not sleep as long as the I have to sleep thought is there. But I have to sleep thought will push you to sleep. Exactly when you went into sleep, nobody can tell. So this I want to sleep thought, that the thought destroys itself. Otherwise, as long as you are thinking I want to sleep, you are not slept. You are still awake. But I want to sleep thought is necessary to sleep. So this is a mysterious thought where the thought ends in itself. That is called Atma Vichar. So what about the previous act, half an hour act withdrawal? It is called Vanaprastha Ashram. लेटने के बाद संन्यास, और कुछ नहीं है, सोना है. संन्यास कर सब कुछ छोड़ दिया ना उस दिन के लिए, कम से कम संन्यास. विदाउट संन्यास यू कैन नॉट स्लीप ऑल्सो. You have to give up your name, your form, your relationships, everything. माँ अब मुझे मत बुला, अब तेरा माँ नहीं हूँ मैं. क्यों? नींद आ रही, सोने दो. गॉन. आए, अरे पतति अहम. ये मिस्टीरियस है. When I am inquiring about who am I disappears. That is the Ramana Maharshi's path. But for that you have to renounce so many other thoughts, no? Think. Like child, child. LKG student promoted to pass हो गया, UKG जाना है. But the child refuses to go to UKG. Why? He inquired. He has his own CID agents, Lilliputs. Through one Lilliput, he came to know that this miss is not in UKG. That's it. This miss is not coming in UKG? No. Then I will not go to UKG. Why? I miss my miss. अरे बेटा तू आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते हो. If you don't want to miss the miss, you will miss the career of life. आगे बढ़ना है. You have to miss the miss. No, I cannot miss my miss. So unless we develop Vairagya, intensified Atma Vichara is not possible. To develop that Vairagya only, Bhagavan has got his own strategy. What strategy? All bitter experiences he will give in life. Okay? This is called Atma Vichara. Next. Ahamina Shabhat Jahamahantaya Spurati Hrut Swayam Paramapurnasat Ahamina Shabhat Jahamahantaya Spurati Hrut Swayam. So this bhaji means sabji, ahankar, aham nasha bhaji. Ahami nasha bhaji. This ahami, this ahankara, nasha bhaji. Nasha bhaji means destroyed. When this ego is destroyed, so bhaji, that subjected to destruction, ego is destroyed, then what happens? Ahami nasha bhaji, aham tayas purati hrutsvayam. Then what happens? The real I is there, no? The false I disappeared. Then what happens? In the heart, what that real I, Swayam Spurati, it comes out to the fore. It shines. Paramapurnasat. And this is called Paramapurnasat. Self-shining. That comes out. As long as the false I is active, the real I is behind. It is invisible. It is behind the curtain of wheel of Maya, wheel of avidya. So therefore, when this ego, what is ego? Chitta, Jada, Granthi, the knot between the consciousness and the matter. Mysterious knot it is. Superimposition, mutual superimposition. It looks like an red glowing iron ball. First of all, red glowing iron ball cannot exist. But it is there. That's ego. It is not real. Therefore, when Granthi, the knot is destroyed completely, the ego is destroyed, when what happens? The Paramapurna Satta Spurati Swayam. That supreme consciousness, Swayam Spurati. You don't have to do anything. It is Swayam Prakashamana. You don't need another light to see this light. That's why, Arati mein, na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam, na ima vidyuto bhanti kuto ayam agnihi. There's there that consciousness is not illumined by the sun, the moon, the star, and the Agni. Then what about this Harati Agni? Can I illumine the Lord in the temple? Kuto ayam agnihi. Therefore, this thought of this I, Spurati, Suddha Aham, Swayam Spurati. It comes out. It manifests in its own glory. So I don't have to do anything. Just remove the false I. How the false I destroyed? By inquiry. Why? The false I cannot stand to scrutiny or inquiry. Therefore, first of all, that's why great master, the Tibetan, Zen masters' stories are plenty. The master asked a disciple, "Get me the water." He went and brought the water in a jug. Master, here is your water in a jug, holding in the jar, or holding in the palm. The jar is there. Master said, drop it. He dropped. That's how the training. The Tibetan masters, Zen masters' training is different. Drop it. He dropped. Said, Master, I dropped it. Drop that also, he said. What? Drop that, I have dropped also. I dropped. The thought also drop it. He dropped. Then there illumination. Enlightenment. He dropped it. Okay. Now you don't go to kitchen and drop the plate also. It is not your ashram, first of all. Swamiji, I am practicing what you said. First drop the plate. Then think whether I can drop the thought also. घर जाके कर रहा जो करना करो. Or not here. Anyway. So, he dropped it. Very interesting. So, therefore, when this aham, the thought is dropped, aipatati, spurtir swayam, then aham vinasha bhaji. So, when you inquire who is this I, when I disappears and real pure existence comes out, and then I realize, oh, this is me. I give an example. Gross example to make you understand. Doctors can understand better. Patients also. Because doctors and patients are made for each other. Now see, somebody broke his leg. Say, compound fracture, but operation is not, surgery is not required. In olden days, surgery is rarely done. Nowadays, surgery is done for everything. Anyway, now they put, the itna mota bandage. Actual length of the diameter of the leg would be, say, about 3, 4 or 5 inches, suppose. पट्टी बांधने के बाद वो 50 इंच बन जाता है. And he cannot lift also that leg. So he had to be lifted and put in a wheelchair or whatever, and घर में आके बिठा दिया टांग के ऐसा. And it becomes so heavy, he cannot move his leg. Right? So, मेरा पैर उठाओ. So 2 people have to बैंड उठा के, हाँ कहाँ रखना है, इधर रखें, हाँ धीरे धीरे Now what, 6 weeks or 8 weeks, he was in that band-aid mode. Afterwards, so for 8 weeks, his psychological adjustments was done to think that this is my right leg. Suppose right leg operated. This is my leg. Psychological impression ban gaya. The body adjusted to the fact that this is my leg. Internal adjustment. When the पट्टी खोलने के बाद उसको लगता है कि मेरा पैर ही नहीं है. लगता है कि नहीं? लग नहीं रहा मुझे पैर है. Then somebody says, अरे बुद्धू, this was actually your पैर. This is real your leg. The earlier band-aid leg was not real. But you are used to so much that weight of that false band-aid, false leg weight, false leg experience. When the real leg experience has got, you think that it is something fresh or new or something halka lag raha hai aapko. Oh, this is my leg, this is me. Similarly, when ego is dropped, the as consciousness when I awaken, no body, no mind, no intellect, nothing. Upadhi is par ho gaye. I am not depending on Upadhi. Suddenly I recognize I am that all-pervading spirit. Then I understand, oh, this is me. Then what about, though so far I was maintaining as body, mind, intellect, etc. All false. Not real. All false. Then this is me. Pure consciousness I am. All-pervading spirit I am. So this is real me. So only that real me experience comes only when the false I is gone. So, Spurati Hrutsayam means suddenly that. You recall who you really are. Another example is given in Shastra. Somebody Raja Putra, he went to be baby को लेकर के जंगल में गया घूमने. The baby was snatched by animals. Some बंदर ले गया अंदर जंगल में. बस गायब हो गया. With all his thousands of soldiers, they could not trace where the boy is. After 18 years, again, every day this jungle में जाते घूमते. They saw with Raja chip that mole is there, mole on the shoulder. Raja का जो पुत्र का जो mole birth में, that mole was there. Then they saw he was like a Tarzan, nanga, jumping on the trees, moving with animals. No नहाना कुछ भी संस्कार नहीं है बिल्कुल. जंगल में जानवर जैसा घूम रहा है. They found out, ओए ये वहाँ राजा का लड़का है. They told Raja, sir पकड़ने से पहले गायब हो गया, because he became expert now. So he spent extra force. Somehow he was caught, brought to Raj Palace. He had not seen what the palace, what the human, nothing he knew. What is dress, what is food, what is plate, what is glass, what is Raja, what is Praja, what is Bangla, what is court, what, nothing he knew. Imagine, no language, no bhasha. That man was brought. Slowly and steadily, he was taught how to talk and this and that, and knowledge was given. Then he was told, you were Rajaputraha. Then he realized, oh, I am the son of the king. I was never the person, tribal man wandering in the jungle. He rediscovered new thing? No. He was already Rajaputra. Even in the jungle also he was Rajaputra only. Rajakumar, prince. But he realized only afterwards. So is there any change in him? No. Just understanding is changed. This is not me, this is me. Another example I'll give you. Very famous example. One of our acharyas told very beautiful example. You know, पृथ्वीराज चौहान कहाँ के राजा थे वो? चित्तौड़गढ़ ना? चित्तौड़गढ़ ना उनका कैपिटल? हाँ, चित्तौड़गढ़. One man was expert in acting as, some people became perfect in that character, you know. Raja पृथ्वीराज चौहान, ओह, everyone वो पृथ्वीराज चौहान देखने के लिए आ जाते थे ड्रामा में. हर जगह उनका नाम इतना कमाया, बड़े फेमस. He on the stage is like tall and this and that and साक्षात उनका घोस्ट अंदर आ गया हो ऐसा लगता था. हो every time people used to garland him after the show and we used to go back home and sleep, eat well and sleep. One day, after performing on the stage, he went back behind the curtain for what? Makeup उतारने के लिए. So the makeup man, as usual, he came back. सर बढ़िया हो गया, आज बढ़िया हो गया, निकालने जा रहे थे क्रेडिट नाल. आई एम पृथ्वीराज चौहान हूं मैं. तो इतना हिम्मत कैसे हुई इतना? बाबरे. So he was joking. No, he was not dropping the idea that I am king. Identified with it, चढ़ गया उसको दिमाग में, डर गया वो. सब जोक मत करो. एक तलवार निकाला मारने के लिए. अरे बाबा बहुत पागल हो गया, घरे बाहर बहुत. He came with the तलवार on the road. पृथ्वीराज चौहान ऑन द रोड. एक बस को रोका, बस में चढ़ गया. कंडक्टर आया, टिकट सर. है राजा से टिकट पूछते हो? कौन है वो? तो अगर तलवार निकाला. सारे बस पैसेंजर डर गए. कंडक्टर सोचे इसको कैसे उतारे, पागल उतर गया, चढ़ गया अंदर. तो ड्राइवर इशारा दे अंदर मेरे पास आओ. बोलो क्या? आगे मैं रोकता हूँ जंगल में एक जगह पे. बोलना चित्तौड़गढ़ आ गया बोलो. चित्तौड़ उतर गया. जो पागल को उतार दिया. दैट इज हाउ वी आर. चढ़ गया जो आई एम नॉट, आई एम सो एंड सो. I am Swami, I am this, I am that, I am a learned man or I am ignorant, I am rich man, I am old man, I am this, I am that. Whatever we are holding on to, it is not real you. पहला आपको चढ़ा दिए, बाद में उतार देंगे। देखिए भाई, ये अपने आप को उतारना है। भूत चढ़ गया ना, और किसी को नहीं बुलाना, अपने आप का जो अंदर भूत चढ़ा हुआ ना, उस भूत को चढ़ाना है, उतारना है। हाउ इज डिनाई योर ओन एग्जिस्टेंस। एग्जिस्ट मीन्स एज फॉल्स एंटिटी। व्यवहार, हमारे पूज्य गुरु जी, एक आदमी सत्संग में चला गया, उनसे सत्संग में कहा गया तुम शुद्ध ब्रह्म हो, ये बार बार मैं कहना बंद कर दो। बस उसको चढ़ गया। जिंदगी पहले सत्संग अटेंड किया, बोला मैं समझ गया। अब सूटकेस लेके फिर स्टेशन गया, दूसरा शहर जाना था उनको, वहाँ पे आगे रखा है, खड़ा है, सोच रहे थे कि मैं कहना गलत है, बड़े गुरु जी को उपदेश आज मिल गया। और तो वहाँ पे बीच में पड़ा है, तो रेलवे पोर्टर्स एंड ऑल वो गाइड है, भैया किसका सूटकेस है? मेरा, मैं बोलना था, उसके अंदर आया, नहीं मैं बोलना नहीं, मेरा नहीं बोलना चाहिए, मैं कुछ मेरा नहीं है, खड़ा हो गया। सब लोग इंक्वायरी शुरू किए, रेलवे पुलिस आ गए, बॉम्ब स्क्वाड आ गया इस सूटकेस के लिए। नोबडी अनक्लेम्ड सूटकेस, इट बैगेज। वो देखता रहा, वो बोलता नहीं मेरा है, इसके सामने कुछ हो रहा है सब कुछ। पुलिस वाले पुलिस स्क्वाड को बुला लिया, फिर उसको चेक किया, फिर सूटकेस को पुलिस के अंदर लेके जा रहे थे, रेलवे पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर। वो पीछे जा रहा है सूटकेस के पीछे। भाई क्यों जाना है? मेरा तो बोल दो। नहीं, गुरुजी बोला है कि मेरा नहीं बोलना है। ये अहंकार होता है, अपना मेरा कुछ नहीं है। अच्छा, तो वहाँ खड़ा है द्वार के पास, बोले है तू कौन है, क्या क्या कर रहे हो? कुछ नहीं सर। क्यों खड़ा है? बस ऐसे सर। पर क्यों? बाद में तो लात मारा तो चल बोल, कहता ये सूटकेस मेरा है। मैं बोलता क्यों नहीं? हमारे गुरुजी ने बोला। भैया व्यवहार में जो मेरा मेरा बोलो, बट डोंट ऐड द टिंज ऑफ इट। The tinge you should not add to it. I am hungry. You can use it. I want that. But internally, you don't add that masala, the power tinge of it. It's a big drama. You are not that. And whenever you are doing this sadhana, people will help you to regain your own egoistic status. वो चढ़ाते रहते हैं। डेंजरस दुनिया। तब यू डिनाई, नहीं आप ही की वजह से हुआ है, आप ही का आशीर्वाद है। सुनते रहना ऐसा। उस समय उनको रोज देखना, एक भूत आकर आपका अहंकार चढ़ाने के लिए कोई माया शक्ति ने भेजा है उनको, वो आपको चढ़ा रहा है। बिकम अवेयर, डोंट गेट कैरिड अवे बाय दैट न्यूज। हमारे एक स्वामी जी का आचार्य कहा हमसे, वेरी ब्यूटीफुल टिप ही गेव, तुम लोग जाओगे मंच पर बैठ के प्रवचन करोगे गीता पर या उपनिषद पर, वाह 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 करके तारीफ करते लोग आ जाएंगे आपके पास, क्या बोला स्वामी जी, क्या बोला, बढ़िया है बढ़िया है। डोंट फॉल टू दैट। वाई? जो लोग कभी जिंदगी में गीता किताब नहीं खोली, कुछ पढ़ा भी नहीं जिंदगी में, वो लोग आकर के खूब बोला उपनिषद पर ऐसा तारीफ कर रहे हो, यू टेक इट दैट सीरियसली? लाइक ए पेशेंट डॉक्टर को तारीफ कर रहे, बड़ी विद्वान है आप, डॉक्टर शुड नॉट कैरी अवे बाय दैट। He may be out of love but telling God that is not true. Why patient's tarif is not standard. If other doctor comes, oh your doctor, your knowledge is good, your expertise is good, then you may take it as granted. Everybody tells you something great. Who? Those who are not a doctor. How can you do that? So, be careful of the worldly praises. I am not a poet. I praise the poet. The poet is taken for granted, takes seriously my prayer, my praise. You should not take it. I am not a poet. But we take what? Everybody is praising me. I get Batura. I become. Then I add Chola. Chole add करके बाजार से I become Batura. And Batura का से बढ़ते जा रहा है जीवन में. बकवास है, सब बकवास है. Deny this I, it is destroyed. So, ahamanashabhaji. When this ego is destroyed, spurati hrutsvayam paramapurnasya. Idamaham padabhikyamanvaham. Ahamili nake pyalaya sattaya. Idamaham padabhikyamanvaham. Ahamili nake pyalaya sattaya. No, idam aham pada abhikyam. Akhyam abhikyam is which is called as aham pada, which is indicated by aham pada. Which is said, this aham padam is there, no? This self indicated by the word aham pada abhikyam, anu aham. Then this, what is happening when this false I is merged? What happens? Ahamelinake api alaya sattaya. Very beautiful thing. So, when this individual I is destroyed, merged. Spurati Utsvayam said no. So, when this individual I, ahankara, is merged because of self-inquiry, then what happens? Total I also merges. See now, one thing. Now listen now. What is that Ishvara? Ishvara is Karana Sharira Abhimani. Samashti Karana Sharira Abhimani Ishvaraha. Samashti Pranamaya Sar Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Hiranyagarbhaha. Samashti Stula Sharira Abhimani Virat Purushaha. And who is Jiva? That body, mind, intellect, individual body, individual mind, individual intellect, to identified hai, wo jiva hai. Now see, these two, totality and the individuality, are in relation to each other. So when individuality is destroyed or removed, totality also is destroyed. The total I also is gone. They are in relation with each other. Now for example, Ishvara is a totality. Jiva Ishvara. Now Jiva is dissolved. What happens to Ishvara? Ishvara dissolved. Because Jiva only is calling him as Ishvara. No. Who is calling him as God? You. This example से पहले और एक example बताता हूँ आपको. Husband, wife. Wife died. Who remains? Husband? No, man. समझे सिंपल इक्वेशन है. बस no more husband. A man remains, not husband. Husband is relationship in relation to wife only. Wife died. Who remains? Man. Where is husband? Disappeared. What remains? Man. The jiva as I, ego disappeared. When ego disappeared, total I, who is calling him? God. Jiva only calls Ishvara, no. Is Ishvara calling himself as Ishvara? No. Is Jagat calling itself as Jagat? No. Who is doing Namakaranam? Jiva. ये परमात्मा है, ये जीवात्मा है, ईश्वर है, जगत है. You are only naming. Who? And you the namer. If the word is not there actually, namer. Caller is there, namer is not there. But लगाएंगे namer. The namer is dissolved. Where is named? Who can call Ishvara God? So, Jiva dissolved, Ishvara dissolved. Then what remains? दोनों के अधिष्ठान के रूप में शुद्ध एक चैतन्य है, वही बचेगा. That's what it says. Alaya sattaya. Alaya means that which never. Laya means destruction. Alaya satta. that satta existence which never destroyed, the pure existence. So Ishvara is Upadhi, no? Who is Ishvara? The Chaitanyam identified with Samashti Maya, total Maya, Maya Upadishishta Chaitanyam Ishvaraha. Maya Upayuta Chaitanyam Ishvara Sakshi. ठीक है. अविद्या that individual the अज्ञान के साथ तो तादात जीवः परिच्छिन्नः. So these two are in relation to each other. When one is dissolved, other also gets dissolved. Upadhi dissolves, and what remains is pure consciousness. Who is Ishvara? Pure consciousness. Whom we call Ishvara? The Chaitanyam identified with total Maya is Ishvara. Chaitanyam identified with Vyashti is called Jiva. So Jiva is dissolved. Jiva only is calling him as Ishvara. Jiva dissolved. Jiva I is Ahankar dissolved. What remains? Ishvara? No, Ishvara also gone. Then what remains is Shuddha Chaitanyam. Alaya Sattaya, that existence which has no destruction at all. That remains. This is called in Vedanta Shastra Mahavakya, Upadesha, Mahavakya, Vichara. All those things when we study in depth, very Tattvamasi Mahavakya. What is Tat, what is Tvam, what is Asi, what are Lakshana, Jahad Lakshana, Ajahad Lakshana, Jahad Ajahad Lakshana, or Bhagatyaga Lakshana. All these things are, so many things are there. How do we Vakya? Upadhis are removed, and what is remaining is only pure consciousness, and that is me. It is called Alaya Sattaya. That indestructible existence alone remains as I, one Purnam, one without a second remains. So this is a process. Therefore, when this individual merges, total also is merged. Anuaham, the merger of the individual I, is completely ahamiliyana api. When the total I also is gone, alaya sattaya, he shines because of the, shines by his own indestructible, homogeneous, all-pervading, changeless, eternal consciousness. He remains. That's it. In that there is no duality. That alone is truth. It is infinite consciousness. This is what Bhagavan Arunama. So, enquiry to this state of realization, enquiry is who yam I. That is the enquiry. Okay, I'll stop here. Night 15 मिनट थोड़ा लेट आए, बहुत बता दो. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय.